The invitation to pause is perhaps the most gentle request we can make to ourselves today. It is an invitation not to achieve something new or to fix something broken, but simply to stop, to let the relentless current of thought drift, just for a moment, and notice what happens when we refuse to push against it. We live in a world that constantly demands motion. We are taught that stillness is a luxury, that true peace lies in constant productivity, in solving the next problem, or in planning the future. But what if the deepest rest we need is not found in forward motion, but in radical cessation? Imagine for just a moment that you can simply drop your shoulders, release the tension held in your jaw, and allow your awareness to settle into the simple fact of being. This pause is not an interruption of life. It is a deeper appreciation of the space within life. It is recognizing the inherent rightness of simply existing without performance or expectation attached. When we stop striving, something shifts inside us. We begin to recognize the sheer weight we carry, the accumulated tension of trying to manage every thought, anticipate every outcome, and constantly strive for a perfect state that, by its very nature, is unattainable. This striving is exhausting. It is the endless cycle of wanting, needing, fixing, and achieving. It keeps the mind buzzing, creating a mental friction that prevents true peace from settling in. We often mistake activity for presence. We believe that if we are busy, we are moving toward peace. That if we are thinking hard, we are being productive. But this is a subtle deception. True rest does not require effort. It requires permission. It means letting go of the urgent need to fix, analyze, or resolve everything in our minds. Think about your day. Did you spend every moment trying to correct something? Trying to make a situation better? Trying to force an emotion into a different shape? If so, that energy, that striving, now has nowhere to go. It is simply heavy. The gentle practice of letting go is not about indifference. It is about releasing the grip we hold on our internal narrative. It's allowing the reality of this moment, the soft weight of your body, the quiet rhythm of your breath, to be enough. There is immense freedom in recognizing that you do not need to solve every puzzle right now. You do not need an answer for tomorrow. For this moment, the only task is simply to notice. Anchor yourself in the present moment by turning your attention inward. Find the point where the mind naturally rests, perhaps at the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. Feel the subtle shift of air, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. This is your anchor. When thoughts inevitably arise, and they will, because that is what minds do not engage them in a chase or a critique. Simply acknowledge the thought as it is, like watching clouds pass across the sky. See it, acknowledge it, and then gently redirect your awareness back to the soft rhythm of the present breath. Allow your inner landscape to soften. Imagine your mind as a field where seeds of worry and striving have been sown. Now, we are not going to pull those seeds out with force. Instead, we are simply creating space for them to rest. Visualize a gentle mist slowly settling over the landscape. The sharp edges of anxiety begin to blur, softening into hazy, indistinct forms. Let go of the need for clarity or resolution. Allow yourself to be in this soft ambiguity, suspended between thought and stillness. This is the invitation. To pause the striving, to release the need to fix, and to simply inhabit the quiet space you already possess. Breathe into this quietness. Allow your body to sink deeper into comfort. Rest fully now. The invitation to pause is not a command. It is an open door. It is the moment you acknowledge that the relentless engine of striving, the constant need to achieve, to fix, to manage, has been running for so long that simply stopping feels like an enormous, daunting act. But true rest does not require a grand solution or a sudden miracle. It begins with recognition. We are going to turn our gentle attention inward and recognize the weight we carry. Think for a moment about the things you strive for every day. The deadlines at work, the perfect meal, the relationship that needs mending, the goals for tomorrow. These aspirations, these efforts, they accumulate. They settle in the chest, in the shoulders, behind the eyes. They are not just tasks. They are layers of expectation, worry about the future, and regret about the past. This accumulation is what we call striving. It is the constant movement of the mind trying to push against reality, trying to force a desired outcome into existence. And this pushing, this endless effort, has created a heavy burden. We often treat these burdens as obstacles that must be overcome immediately. We try to fix the anxiety with more effort or distract ourselves with noise, hoping that if we just work harder, the feeling will vanish. But the very act of fighting the weight only adds another layer of tension. It is exhausting to keep pushing against something you are trying desperately to change. The next step in this journey is realizing that we do not need to fix it right now. We do not need a solution delivered by the morning. The first, most profound release comes from letting go of the need to fix. Imagine those aspirations, the goals, the problems, the anxieties, as seeds that have been sown in the field of your mind. When we strive, we are trying to yank those seeds out and force them into perfect order. But the natural process of growth requires space. Instead of forcing a solution, we invite the space for rest. We allow the seeds to simply be. This is not passive resignation. It is active acceptance. It is recognizing that there is a time and a place for striving, and there is also a time and a place for simply being. Right now, in this moment, your job is not to solve the problem. Your job is to allow yourself to inhabit the space where the problem exists without judgment or immediate reaction. This shift changes everything. When you release the need to fix, you stop expending massive amounts of energy on an internal battle that is fundamentally unwinnable in this moment. You stop pouring energy into future anxieties and redirect it toward the reality of your present experience. This redirection is incredibly freeing. It allows the tension that binds you to the future or the past to gently dissipate. Now, let us anchor ourselves not in the striving, but in the simple reality of the present moment. Bring your awareness back to the physical sensation of being here, right now. Feel the gentle contact between your body and the surface beneath you. Notice the sounds around you, the subtle shifts of light, and the simple rhythm of your breath. This is not escaping the weight. It is finding a stable place upon which you can rest while the weight remains. We are learning to observe the striving without being consumed by it. Imagine that your mind is a vast, open sky. The thoughts and worries are clouds passing through. We do not need to chase every cloud or try to dissipate them with force. We simply watch them drift by. See the worry as a cloud of mist, acknowledge its presence, and then gently allow your focus to settle back onto the steady rhythm of your breath. This is the process of softening your inner landscape. With each slow breath, you create a little more space between yourself and the relentless demands of striving. The sharp edges of anxiety begin to blur. The intensity of needing control softens into a gentle ambiguity. You are no longer fighting against the current. You are simply floating alongside it. Allow yourself to inhabit this soft ambiguity, the quiet space suspended between thought and stillness. Let go of the urgent need for clarity or resolution. There is nothing to fix in this moment except the simple act of being. Breathe into this quietness, letting the stillness seep into your muscles, relaxing the tension held deep within your bones. Rest fully now. You have done enough striving for today. Allow yourself to sink deeper into comfort and peace. The invitation to pause was a gentle beginning, wasn't it? We learned that our minds are not battlegrounds to be won, but vast, open skies where thoughts drift like clouds. And we realized that chasing every cloud with force is exhausting. We simply watch them pass, acknowledging their presence without needing to dissipate them. Now, let us turn our attention to the deeper work of release, the letting go of the need to fix. This is perhaps the most challenging shift, because fixing is deeply woven into our human nature. We are wired to seek order, to find solutions, and to smooth out the rough edges of our experience. When life presents us with friction, a difficult conversation, a lingering regret, an unfinished task, our instinct immediately kicks in. We try to patch it up, correct it, or resolve it. But this striving is often where the real tension resides. It is the continuous internal effort, the subtle anxiety that whispers, "If only I could just fix this," or "If only things were different." This need to control the outcome keeps us tethered to the future and pulls us away from the peaceful reality of the present moment. The practice of letting go is not about apathy. It is about changing our relationship to reality. It is recognizing that there are things in life that simply cannot be fixed, or perhaps, things that are allowed to remain imperfect. Think of a stubborn knot in a rope. We can pull and tug endlessly, straining against it, creating frustration. Or consider an old memory, weighted by sadness. Trying to fix the memory means trying to erase the feeling, which only adds another layer of resistance. Instead of trying to force a solution onto something that resists change, we practice simply allowing the knot to be there. We allow the memory to exist as it is, acknowledging its texture, the pain, the sweetness, the difficulty, without demanding that it become comfortable or resolved. This shift liberates us from the exhausting burden of control. When we stop needing to fix, we release the energy that was spent on resistance. That energy, once focused on fighting an external problem, can now turn inward, settling into a profound stillness. We stop trying to manage the world and simply inhabit our experience as it unfolds. This is not passive resignation. It is active acceptance. It is recognizing that true peace does not come from altering external circumstances, but from changing the internal landscape of our response to them. Imagine your mind as an open sky again. When a worry cloud passes through, perhaps the anxiety over tomorrow's events, we no longer immediately jump up to try and push it away or force a solution. We simply observe it. We acknowledge, "Ah, there is the cloud of striving." And then we gently let our focus settle back onto the steady rhythm of the breath entering and leaving the body. This is the space between the stimulus and your reaction. This is where freedom lives. When you stop needing to fix, you create a vast, open space within yourself. A quiet place suspended between thought and stillness. It is a space defined by acceptance, not by effort. It allows the sharp edges of anxiety to soften. The intensity of needing control dissolves into a gentle ambiguity. You are no longer fighting against the current. You are simply floating alongside it. Allow yourself to inhabit this soft ambiguity, the quiet space that exists when you release the burden of fixing. There is nothing left to fix in this moment except the simple, profound act of being present. Breathe into this quietness, letting the stillness seep into your muscles, relaxing the tension held deep within your bones. Rest fully now. You have done enough striving for today. Allow yourself to sink deeper into comfort and peace. Tomorrow's events, we no longer immediately jump up to try and push it away or force a solution. We simply observe it. We acknowledge, "Ah, there is the cloud of striving." And then we gently let our focus settle back onto the steady rhythm of the breath entering and leaving the body. This is the space between the stimulus and your reaction. This is where freedom lives. When you stop needing to fix, you create a vast, open space within yourself. A quiet place suspended between thought and stillness. It is a space defined by acceptance, not by effort. It allows the sharp edges of anxiety to soften. The intensity of needing control dissolves into a gentle ambiguity. You are no longer fighting against the current. You are simply floating alongside it. Allow yourself to inhabit this soft ambiguity, the quiet space that exists when you release the burden of fixing. There is nothing left to fix in this moment except the simple, profound act of being present. Breathe into this quietness, letting the stillness seep into your muscles, relaxing the tension held deep within your bones. Rest fully now. You have done enough striving for today. Allow yourself to sink deeper into comfort and peace. Now, let us settle into the practice of anchoring ourselves here, in this exact moment. When we are awake, our minds are often running ahead, planning tomorrow, replaying yesterday, or anxiously anticipating what might come next. These mental habits pull us out of the quiet harbor of the present and into the restless sea of potential. Anchoring is not about stopping thought. It is about changing our relationship with it. Imagine your attention as a gentle boat on a vast ocean. When we are striving, the boat is tossed by the waves of worry and desire. When we anchor ourselves in the present moment, we find a solid point. The breath, the feeling of the ground beneath us, and the boat finds calm. The present moment is the only place where true living happens. It is not some distant future to be chased or a painful past to be judged. It is simply this now. To anchor means bringing your awareness back to the sensory details of this moment. Feel the weight of your body against the surface beneath you. Notice the texture of the air on your skin, the subtle sounds around you, and the simple physical reality of your breathing. These sensations are not distractions. They are your anchors. They are solid, undeniable proof that you are here, right now, safe within this moment. We can use our breath as our primary anchor. The breath is always in the present. It is a constant, reliable rhythm that flows effortlessly, regardless of the anxieties swirling in our minds. When you feel yourself drifting away into worry, simply notice where your attention has gone, and then gently, without judgment, guide it back to the sensation of the inhale and the exhale. This simple act of returning, this gentle redirection, is the practice of anchoring. It is a soft, repeated reminder that stillness is accessible whenever you choose to return to it. This is not some grand spiritual feat or an impossible task. Anchoring is simply noticing, without resistance, where your attention resides. Perhaps it's in the feeling of warmth on your skin. Perhaps it's in the gentle pressure of your pillow. Perhaps it's in the soft sound of silence. Whatever you notice, allow yourself to rest fully within that awareness. Do not try to change it or analyze it. Just be aware of it. This is where freedom resides, in the simple act of observation, free from the need to control or fix. As you settle deeper into this space, let your body become heavy with relaxation. Allow the anchors of the present moment to hold you steady, allowing the gentle rhythm of your breath to deepen your rest. Let go of any remaining effort, any lingering thoughts about what needs to be done, and simply allow yourself to be held by the quiet reality of this moment. Rest fully now. The invitation to pause has guided us to the quiet space of anchoring. We have noticed where our attention resides, allowing the gentle rhythm of the breath to anchor us in the present moment. Now, as we settle deeper into this awareness, we move into the final stage of this journey, softening the inner landscape. Our minds, like vast, shifting landscapes, often carry the weight of striving, the need to plan, the urge to fix, the constant internal dialogue about what needs to be done or what needs to be changed. This is where the effort resides. It is the gentle, persistent tension in our shoulders, the subtle restlessness behind our eyes, the internal resistance against simply being. We spend so much energy trying to manage this landscape, trying to smooth out the rough edges and impose a perfect order. But true rest does not come from imposing order. It comes from releasing the need for that imposition. Imagine your mind as a dense fog, thick with worries and unfinished tasks. When we try to clear the fog by pushing harder, we only create more friction. Instead, let us practice softening. Softening is not about eliminating the thoughts. It is about changing our relationship with them. It is recognizing the striving within us, the subtle effort we put into controlling the narrative of our day, and gently releasing that grip. Think of your mind as a heavy piece of cloth. Right now, it might feel tightly wound, perhaps slightly agitated by the remnants of the day. We invite the breath to flow into that tension, and with each exhale, allow the muscles around your forehead, your jaw, and your shoulders to simply release. There is nothing left to hold on to. This softening is a radical act of acceptance. It means allowing the subtle currents of thought to move through you without clinging to them or trying to stop them. If a worry arises, instead of engaging in the analysis or the fixing, simply notice it as a passing sensation, like a cloud drifting across the sky. You are the vast, open space underneath the clouds, and the clouds themselves are just temporary forms. Allow your awareness to settle into this state of gentle yielding. Notice the subtle physical sensations that arise when you stop fighting. Perhaps there is a deep warmth beginning in your chest. Perhaps a profound sense of heavy calm settling in your limbs. These feelings are not achievements. They are simply the natural, effortless result of letting go. They are the landscape softening around you, made possible by your willingness to cease the striving. There is no need for grand spiritual feats or monumental changes right now. The work is done in this quiet permission, the permission to rest without needing to solve. The permission to be present without judgment. This space you are creating is not empty. It is rich with potential, filled with the simple, profound reality of being exactly where you are, held completely by the stillness within. As you continue to breathe, let this softness flow deeper. Allow your body to sink into the support beneath you, trusting that there is nothing left for you to do but to receive this deep, unearned rest. The landscape of your mind is now calm. It is soft. It is yielding. Rest fully now. Channel. Silent Horizon Topic. Deep Rest for the Mind, a Gentle Buddhist Journey to Stillness. Chapter 5. Deep Rest. Meditation for Sleep. Calming Mind. Gentle Relaxation. Buddhist Rest. Inner Stillness. Soft Mind. Deep Sleep. Mindfulness. Sleep Meditation. Anxiety Relief. Stress Reduction. Unwind before sleep. Mindful Rest. Inner Peace. Soothing Voice. Slow Living. Letting Go of Control. Spiritual Journey. Sleep Meditation. Deep Rest. Calming Mind. Relaxation Music. Buddhist Meditation. Sleep Aid. Anxiety Relief. Stress Reduction. Unwind. Gentle Sleep. Mindfulness Practice. Inner Peace. Soft Mind. Deep Sleep. Soothing Voice. Meditation for Sleep. Calm the Mind. Slow Living. Spiritual Journey. Let Go. Deep Rest for the Mind. Hashtag Deep Rest, hashtag Sleep Meditation, hashtag Mindfulness, hashtag Calm, hashtag Relaxation, hashtag Buddhist Wisdom, hashtag Inner Peace, hashtag Sleep Aid, hashtag Anxiety Relief, hashtag Stress Reduction, hashtag Meditation, hashtag Slow Living, hashtag Mindfulness Practice, hashtag Sleep Journey, hashtag Stillness. Allow your body to sink deeper into the support beneath you. There is nothing left for you to hold on to, nothing left for you to manage. This is the invitation to surrender completely. We have spent time recognizing the weight of striving, and we have practiced the gentle art of letting go of the need to fix everything immediately. Now we arrive at the deepest point of this journey, the quiet transition into true rest. Sleep is not something you chase, nor a reward you earn. It is simply what happens when the mind, having released its grip, finally permits itself to settle. Think of your body as a vessel that has carried you through the day. It is tired, it is heavy, and it is ready for stillness. There is no need to perform or push for this rest. You do not have to try to force it. Let us gently turn our attention inward now, noticing the physical sensations of this moment. Feel the weight of your limbs. Notice where they meet the surface supporting you. Allow the tension that has lingered in your shoulders and jaw to soften, just a little more. This is not a command. It is an invitation for gentle release. Imagine the muscles melting away, softening like warm clay. With every breath you take in, allow yourself to welcome ease. With every breath you release, let go of any lingering thought or worry that attempts to cling to the edge of your awareness. You are simply allowing yourself to be. Your mind has been quieted by the practice, and now it is time for the final surrender. Let the thoughts drift by like clouds across a vast, empty sky. If a thought arises, a memory, a plan, a simple observation, do not engage with it or try to analyze it. Simply acknowledge its presence, and then gently escort your awareness back to the feeling of rest. See the thought as a passing ripple on the water, not as something you must catch. Feel the deep, steady rhythm of your breath moving through you. It is an anchor, pulling you down into a profound stillness. With each exhale, allow the effort of the day to drain away. You are no longer striving. You are simply receiving. This is unearned rest. It is pure, effortless peace. Allow the gentle darkness of the room to envelop you, creating a sanctuary where only peace resides. Trust the natural wisdom within you that knows exactly what your body needs right now. There is nothing left to do but to receive this deep, restorative sleep. You are safe. You are held. You are deeply, completely at rest. Drift now into the stillness. Rest fully. Channel. Silent horizon. Topic: Deep rest for the mind, a gentle Buddhist journey to stillness. Chapter 6, Deep rest for the mind. Sleep meditation. Calming mind. Buddhist rest. Inner stillness. Deep sleep. Stress reduction. Mindfulness practice. Anxiety relief. Stress reduction. Unwind before sleep. Gentle relaxation. Sleep aid. Mindful rest. Spiritual journey. Slow living. Soothing voice. Deep rest. Sleep meditation. Deep rest. Calming mind. Relaxation music. Buddhist meditation. Sleep aid. Anxiety relief. Stress reduction. Unwind. Gentle sleep. Mindfulness practice. Inner peace. Soft mind. Deep sleep. Soothing voice. Meditation for sleep. Calm the mind. Slow living. Letting go. Spiritual journey. Hashtag deep rest, hashtag sleep meditation, hashtag mindfulness, hashtag calm, hashtag relaxation, hashtag Buddhist wisdom, hashtag inner peace, hashtag sleep aid, hashtag anxiety relief, hashtag stress reduction, hashtag meditation, hashtag slow living, hashtag mindfulness practice, hashtag sleep journey, hashtag stillness.